We turn to campaign 2012. One of the candidates running for U.S. Congress in Rhode Island is dropping out of the race. Republican John Loughlin is abandoning his plans for a second campaign for the seat because he wants to spare the GOP a primary. Eyewitness News reporter Stephen Schuler has the details live in the newsroom.
Well, John Loughlin's decision surprised his staff and his supporters, but he says it's in the best interest for the state Republican Party. The field of candidates is growing smaller in the race for the state's first congressional district. In a statement, Republican John Loughlin announced he won't seek the Republican nomination, giving former state police colonel Brendan Doherty a clear shot to challenge Congressman David Cicilline this fall. Loughlin, who lost to Cicilline by 6 points in 2010, planned to pick up his campaign after returning from a tour of duty in Iraq. Instead, he tells Eyewitness News, "It has become abundantly clear to me that the best way for Rhode Island Republicans to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory is to conduct a long and divisive primary election." Political observers believe Doherty's early entrance into the race and huge campaign war chests gave him an advantage in the race.
As far as giving me an edge, I believe that we're on solid ground right now anyway. So it's time for us to be able to build bridges and bring people together.
Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming says Loughlin's move is bad news for Cicilline, especially if a Democratic challenger emerges.
If he has a Democratic primary, he has to spend a great deal of his money in the primary to try to get through it. While Brendan Doherty could be out there just campaigning against Cicilline, setting himself up for the general election.
Now in a statement, Cicilline tells Eyewitness News, "The last thing Rhode Island can afford is to send another Republican to Congress to help Republican leaders like John Boehner and Eric Cantor implement their anti-middle class agenda." Now, we did reach out to Loughlin for an interview, but at this point, he hasn't returned our calls. Live in the newsroom, I'm Stephen Schuler, Eyewitness News.